How to fix stuttering with RTX 3070 Ti and Ryzen 5 5600. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Upgrading your graphics card should bring a massive performance boost, but sometimes it leads to unexpected performance drops. At Teknobalta, we analyzed a specific scenario where a system upgraded from an RX 6600 to an RTX 3070 Ti started experiencing a severe lack of fluidity. The testing system featured a Ryzen 5 5600 processor running at 1080p resolution. It also utilized 16 GB of RAM and a dual 500 GB SSD setup. Despite the hardware upgrade, the gameplay was simply not smooth. Our team investigated this exact hardware combination to uncover the root causes and develop a comprehensive troubleshooting protocol. Step 1. Verifying the physical display connection. The most fundamental step is ensuring your monitor receives the correct signal path. We strongly advise checking that your monitor cable is plugged directly into the RTX 3070 Ti rather than the motherboard display outputs. Bypassing the dedicated graphics card will immediately bottleneck your entire system and cause severe visual lag. Step 2. Performing a clean driver wipe with the. When swapping from an AMD card like the RX 6600 to an NVIDIA RTX 3070 Ti, leftover driver conflicts are a major source of system instability. Our team confirmed that utilizing display driver uninstaller, known as the, to completely eradicate the old drivers is absolutely essential. After the system is clean, you must proceed to download and install the latest NVIDIA drivers directly from the official source. Step 3. Correcting monitor refresh rate settings. Sometimes Windows resets your display adapter properties during a major hardware change. You must manually check the HZ values in your Windows display settings to ensure your monitor is running at its maximum supported refresh rate. Failing to match your system output with your monitor's capabilities will make even high frame rates feel incredibly sluggish. Step 4. Testing VSync configurations. In-game synchronization settings can introduce unexpected frame pacing issues. We recommend experimenting with the in-game VSync settings by testing titles with this feature, both enabled and disabled. This process helps identify if the display pipeline is struggling to sync frames properly with the new NVIDIA hardware. Step 5. Increasing RAM frequency in BIOS. During our testing, we discovered that incorrect memory speeds are often the primary culprit behind micro-stuttering. Increasing the RAM megahertz significantly resolved the stuttering issues on this specific Ryzen 5 5600 configuration. Motherboards often default to base memory speeds after hardware changes, severely starving the CPU of necessary bandwidth. Step 6. Enabling XMP or DOCP profiles. To properly elevate your RAM speeds, you need to access your motherboard's BIOS interface upon system startup. Navigate to the Memory or Overclocking tab and enable the Extreme Memory Profile or Direct Overclock Profile for AMD systems. This applies the factory-tested maximum speed and timings for your 16 GB memory kit, optimizing data flow to your processor. Step 7. Optimizing NVIDIA control panel power settings. Modern graphics cards aggressively downclock themselves to save power during lighter loads, which can cause frame time spikes. Open your NVIDIA control panel, navigate to Manage 3D settings, and locate the Power Management mode. Switch this setting from Normal to Prefer Maximum Performance to keep your RTX 3070 Ti clock stable during gameplay. Step 8. Expanding the NVIDIA shader cache. Stuttering often occurs when a game is forced to compile shaders on the fly while you are actively playing. We found that increasing the shader cache size limit in the NVIDIA control panel provides a massive stability boost. Set this value to 10 GB or unlimited to allow your storage drives to efficiently hold precompiled graphical assets. Step 9. Activating hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling. Windows includes a feature designed to reduce latency and improve performance by letting the graphics card manage its own memory. Navigate to the Windows graphics settings and toggle on hardware-accelerated GPU scheduling. A system restart is required, but this allows the RTX 3070 Ti to handle rendering queues much more efficiently. Step 10. Updating AMD Ryzen chipset drivers. The communication between your Ryzen 5 5600 and the rest of your motherboard components relies heavily on updated chipset instructions. Visit the official AMD website and download the latest chipset drivers specifically for your motherboard series, such as B550 or X570. This ensures the CPU lanes and PCIe slots route data without software-induced latency. Step 11. Enabling Resizable BAR support. Resizable BAR allows your Ryzen processor to access the entire RAM buffer of your RTX 3070 Ti at once, rather than in small chunks. You must enter your motherboard BIOS and enable both above 4G decoding and resize BAR support. This feature significantly smooths out frame pacing in modern, texture-heavy games. Step 12. Managing Windows Game Mode. Windows Game Mode attempts to prioritize gaming processes by suspending background tasks, but its effectiveness varies. We recommend testing your system with game mode turned on, and if stutters persist, toggle it off to observe the difference. Some configurations actually experience fewer interruptions with this feature disabled. Step 13. Verifying PCIe Gen 4 configuration. The RTX 3070 Ti operates optimally on a PCIe Generation 4 interface, which the Ryzen 5 5600 fully supports. Check your BIOS settings or use software like GPU-Z to confirm your primary graphics slot is running at PCIe 4. 0x16. If it dropped to Gen 3 due to a BIOS reset, you are leaving valuable bandwidth on the table. Step 14. Disabling High Precision Event Timer. The High Precision Event Timer, or HPET, is an older hardware timer that can sometimes cause sync issues in modern games. You can disable this by opening Device Manager, expanding System Devices, and disabling the High Precision Event Timer. This simple tweak frequently eliminates deep-rooted system micro-stutters and improves mouse input latency. Step 15. Configuring the Windows Power Plan. Your operating system's power management can inadvertently throttle your CPU during critical gaming moments. Open your Windows Power options and select the High Performance or AMD Ryzen High Performance Plan if it is available. This prevents the operating system from parking CPU cores when they are suddenly needed for complex game logic. Step 16. Disabling background recording features. Continuous background recording creates constant write operations on your SSDs, which can disrupt game asset streaming. Open the Windows settings and disable Xbox Game Bar background captures, and do the same for NVIDIA Shadowplay if you do not actively use it. Freeing up your dual storage setup from continuous video writes will eliminate unexpected drive bottlenecks. Step 17. Monitoring CPU and GPU temperatures. Thermal throttling forces your hardware to instantly drop clock speeds to prevent physical damage, resulting in massive lag spikes. We strongly recommend using overlay software to monitor the temperatures of both your Ryzen processor and your graphics card under load. If your processor exceeds safe limits, you may need to reapply thermal paste or adjust your case airflow. Step 18. Updating the motherboard BIOS. A vastly outdated motherboard BIOS can struggle to properly manage newer hardware combinations and memory profiles. Check your motherboard manufacturer's website for the latest stable BIOS revision and flash it using a USB drive. BIOS updates routinely contain microcode improvements that directly address system stability and component compatibility. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.